Hello everyone, Pam again with Tattered Paper and Lace. Welcome, welcome. We are again on a Monday, and that means Margarete Miller, the collage challenge, and we are on 23. So hashtag 2025 CWP23 is the hashtag to see what others are doing, and I have already put my background as I usually do. So let's go over the prompts. The first thing we need is an empty bench or a chair, a bold graphic pattern, instructions, a piece of stationery with a unique design, a tree or a plant in winter, and a label or a tag from food package. I got them all. I wasn't sure about this one. This one was hard. This one is so random. This is just so random that this one was hard for me to do. It took a little while to even figure out something to do. So let me show you what I have. Okay, the first thing is a bench or a chair. I have this little chair. That's from my Dick and Jane book. Then we need a bold graphic pattern, which is this. And this is also a piece of stationery because I cut it out of this. And this is a whole stationery pad here. And so that's my bold graphic pattern, as well as a piece of stationery with a unique design. So I have cut that out. It's going to go right here somewhere like that. Maybe like that. It's going to go like that, maybe. Something like that. Let's bring that down just a little bit. Okay, like that. There we go. Okay, then we need instructions, which is my background paper, and it is a recipe, a vintage recipe for soup stock. So it has the instructions on how to make soup stock. Then we need a tree or a plant in winter. So I have this little image here that is of this little girl in the snow with, I don't know, a bush or a tree, whatever that is. I don't know. So we have her, and I want the soup stock to show right there, because that is what our instructions are about. So let's see how we can do it something like that. And then we need a label or tag as the bonus. So I was going to use, get this off. I was going to use this as a tab up here. It's a bread, a bread tie thing, little bread that you find on your loaves of bread, but it kind of got in the way of the whole thing up there. So I'm not doing that. I am going to use this, and it says Envy, and that is 4 apples, I believe. Was stuck on the apple, but I'm going to cut off this part, the lines. I don't like those, so I'm just going to use this part right here. That's going to go right there, but it's not going to go there yet. Well, I could go ahead and put it there, because that's where my chair is going to go, is right there. So I could go, because it's going to go right here. Get this. This is a sticker, and this is old paper. It's fixing to be stuck to. So once it's down, and no more to be removed. And so I need to move my chair over a little bit. So I may have to tilt my chair back, because I want soup stock to show. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to get this down first, because this is the platform, or the floor, the quote-unquote floor for the chair. So the chair's going to have to go something like that. And this is going to go something like that. So the next thing to get down is going to be this. So we'll get that down, cut around it. Hopefully all this works. I'm not sure I got it all in the right place exactly, but maybe we do. So I'm going to put that. That is my graphic, my bold graphic pattern, as well as my stationery, unusual stationery pattern. Need another little, my little thing will work. Because I didn't put glue underneath this part, so I need to do that. And I've had this little stationery pad forever and a day. You see how quickly that will stick and pull up? Would have done that with the label as well. I may have to put the label down underneath the chair a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And that's sort of 70s looking to me. I don't remember where I got it. But I've had it for a while, and I've got a whole lot of it, so I haven't used a bunch, but I have it in case I need it. I also could use it for stationery if I needed it for stationery, couldn't I? Okay. There we go. There's that. Then let's see how this is going to go. I think this might be the next thing, which I believe I want to go just like this. Let's make sure I can pull it down just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put that just like, whoops. No, I'm not going to do it just like that because I want soup stock to show. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. And however anything else goes on it, that's just the way it is. It's okay. It never turns out exactly like I want it to. I got too much glue on that. Never turns out exactly like I want it to. Never turns out exactly how I originally have it laid out. It just doesn't. That's just the way this is, and that's okay. I can live with it if you can live with it. Trying to get all of this on here as best I can. Doesn't need to go all the way up. Okay. Let's see, is that going to get it? Mostly. Maybe not completely, but mostly. I got to raise you up just a little bit. I have no room to work here. My glue isn't wanting to come out all of a sudden. It was coming out. Now it decided to not come out. So let's see if we can do it. This one. See if this one will come out. It'll be easier, actually. Oh no, it's not going to come out either. Okay, time for a pen. And we stick this in there. Yeah, that's all jammed up right there. There we go. I just heard the air escape. That's a gluey pen. That's the one I use every time. It just gets glue all over it. Really? Nope, that didn't do it. Guys, I'm sorry, but sometimes the glue is a problem. Sometimes, as you probably all know. Anyway, let's try it. Let's go back to the little one and let's see if we can unclog it. Anyway, this one's so hard to do. It is so random. That won't even stick in there. So I need something thinner. Maybe this one will. That one didn't do too good either. So this is about empty again. This is such a little, there we go. This is such a little bottle. And I actually meant to be getting a bigger one when I got this one, but it's what came. And I haven't ordered more, so oh well. It's such is life. Anyway, this one was hard. So random. These prompts were so very random to me that I just could not figure out what needed to happen here. and I didn't, and it's not very cohesive in my opinion because it was so random. Let's cut this around. Now thicker paper, you got to just about cut around it. Now thin paper, like this background paper was so thin, I could do it with the sandpaper or the nail file, and it just came right off as beautifully. So I didn't have to cut it. I mean, I cut a little bit of it so it'd be a little bit easier, but it completely came off nicely with doing this. And I just do that and it came off. Now this was a little bit thicker paper. It doesn't work as well with the thick paper. By the way, I'm using this. I usually have this, which is a wallpaper seam roller. But I bought this little mini brayer when Joann's, in the final days of Joann's, and I think I only paid $3 for it instead of the normal $12. So that was a friendlier price for me. So I got me one, and I have a big one. I've had a big one a long time, and I finally got a smaller one. Okay, so the chair is going to go right here, just like that. Yeah, I can do it like that, and maybe have room to stick this underneath. So I'm going to do this next, I hope. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue the bottom of the chair down before I try to put that on, because it's going to be easier if this is already glued down. So we're going to glue the legs down. I just need the back. I just need the back of the chair available to me to get this down, to get the label on, I think. So let's do it like this, if I can. If I can. On all the legs, like that. Okay, there we go. That's good. I'll have to cut off the little ends of the legs there. Now I can maybe lift this up and stick this underneath it, just like that. Yep, that works. Just like that. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like it. And then we'll glue the back of the chair down. And then we'll be done. So random. But I did have a little bit of a, I mean, it's not as random as it might seem. So we have this little girl playing out in the snow, which is my tree or branch, or tree or plant in the snow, and she's playing out in the snow around this, I don't know if it's a tree or a bush, maybe a small tree. And she's looking back because she's thinking, oh, it's so cold out here. I've been out here a while, and maybe I need to go in. I see the chair on the front porch. maybe I need to go and relax a little bit. I've been out here a long time. I'm getting tired, trekking through the snow. And she's thinking about soup stock because soup would be warm and that would be the perfect thing when she goes in. Or so she can go in and not take off of all of her snow gear and sit on the front porch in the red chair. And maybe her mom will bring her soup out to her and an apple for dessert, which the envy came from an apple. And that, that would be a good way to take her a little break, take a little rest, but not have to take off my snowsuit because it's such a hard deal to put it all back on. That's the way I thought when I was a kid, playing in the snow, which was just a few times as a kid. We didn't get snow. We didn't get much snow in the South. And I would hate to have to go in and take everything off because my mom, we didn't have snowshoes because we don't, in the South, you don't get snow that much. So we didn't have snowshoes. So she took the plastic tablecloths that you can get that has the thin felt or whatever on the backside. She would take that. She would take one of those, an old one of those, cut it up, put it around our feet, tie it. And so we had, so she would tie it with some string around our ankles and then have this, have it cut down a little bit, and that would cover our shoes because we didn't have snow boots. Because who buys snow boots in the South? We didn't. And there was 5 of us, so, that's a lot of snow boots. Anyway, here's my collage. I want to thank you all for coming. If you've just found me, welcome. If you have been with me on other videos, thank you for coming back and watching other videos or newer videos or any video. Without you, I wouldn't have any reason to do this, and I enjoy showing you what I've done, good, bad, or indifferent. But I've had some new subscribers, and I appreciate that very much. So let's go over these prompts and make sure we have everything we're supposed to have. So we need an empty bench or chair, and I have this lovely red chair. A bold graphic pattern is this quote-unquote floor in the background. Instructions is the soup stock recipe in the background. A piece of stationery with a unique design. So this, I just marked on this. So this does double duty here. The graphic design is also a piece of stationery. A tree or a plant in winter is this tree that this girl is around in the snow. And a label or a tag from food packaging is this little gray tag here from an Envy brand apple. And that is my collage. And even though it was so random, these things were so random that it made it harder to do. But I actually feel like I came up with something that kind of goes together. Especially with my little story about the girl and her adventures in the snow and needing to take a break. I'm just going to do a little bit of inking around this edge, not much. Just to finish it off a bit. And that is my collage for this week. So as random as these pieces were, I think I was able to make it be somewhat cohesive. Let me know what you think about that. Did I do okay with this? Does it kind of make sense? I like for my collages to sort of make sense. If they don't tell a story, to at least be connected in some way. So that's my story for this one. I appreciate you coming along. Again, thank you if you have subscribed and hit the notification bells. And if you haven't, that would be wonderful if you would, if you'd like to see more videos from me. Thank you for all my new subscribers coming along and following. And thank you for the ones who have been subscribed. I appreciate it also very, very much. You guys are wonderful. You're all so kind. And I appreciate it so very much. And We'll see you in the next video. Bye.